Ever wonder how huge tech projects actually succeed? Well, that's where the solution architecture lifecycle comes in. You know, it often boils down to something super simple. They just didn't have a solid plan.
Yeah, you'd have teams with totally different ideas. The result? Absolute chaos.
And in tech, that chaos means blown budgets and failed projects. So let's see how to avoid that.
Think of it as the master blueprint for tech projects. It's all broken down into 8 clear phases. Okay, phase 1. This is crucial. It's not about the tech yet, it's about the why.
You've got to nail down the goals and limits before you even think about designing anything.
All right, next up, you've got to check what you're working with. You can't build on shaky ground.
This stops you from, redoing old work or building something that just doesn't fit.
So, once you know the goal and what you've got, it's time to sketch out the big picture. This sketch lays out the main functions and gives everyone a clear target to aim for.
Now for the interesting part, turning that sketch into a real plan. It starts with the logical design.
So the logical design is all about the what, not the how. It's totally tech agnostic at this point.
Okay, before we go all in, we have to test our ideas. Does this thing actually work?
This is where you find the deal breakers early before they become expensive mistakes later on.
Right, now we get specific. We take that logical what and turn it into a physical how.
This is the nitty-gritty, the exact software, hardware, and standards the builders will use.
Blueprints are signed off and building begins. Now the architect's job is to keep everyone on track.
They work right alongside the dev teams, making sure what's built is what was designed.
But wait, it's not over at launch. A great solution needs to be looked after.
So you're constantly monitoring it and keeping the blueprints updated with what's actually live.
See, it's so much more than a diagram. Following this process is really about strategic success.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? Building it right the very first time.
Because that's the difference between a project that lasts and one that just falls apart.